let's imagine this situation. We have discovered our ikigai, and now to pursue it and to nurture it. How can you, as a coach, Deepak, and like, what's the importance of your techniques and what's the importance of your knowledge of ikigai, that we can nurture it and like pursue it further, and like how is a coach supposed to help after finding the ikigai or
Great.
finding the ikigai? Yeah.
There are two parts to the question. The first is finding a Ikigai,
Yeah.
and what is my role as a coach, and how we can really trace it. Each of these directions
Yeah.
require a guidance to understand what your passion itself require a sort of a tool, a questionnaire, or a kind of a set of tools
Yeah.
which enable you to find what your passion is. And then we move on to the second one, which is what you're good at. And here again, there are various strength finder tools to identify what are your strengths, what are you truly good at. And it's not just what you think. We also go 360 degrees. So there are interviews which I make the clients do for example, let's take your example since you're here.
Yeah.
So what do clients say which is good about you? What does a wife say which is good about you, or your parents, or your children, or your friends? You're going to now go into the Johari quadrant. You're going to try to understand your strengths from various perspectives, and it's not just your perspective, which is very limited. You're
Yeah.
going to try to look at a greater perspective, and there's a huge methodology of trying to do that, which is the second direction, which is west. I'm going to copy that terminology.
Yeah.
And then we go to east. Which are those particular areas in the world, and there's a huge of it, and again, tools around it which can really connect to you, which you can do even as a volunteer. And for that, actually, you need to go back to all the 23 years of your life. What are the various activities you've done in your childhood, in your school, in your college, etc., for which you just went on doing as a volunteer? And if you look back, it's possible. Oh, hold on, did I join NCC, or did I do this? Or if a person is in middle age, what are the various things that he has done, as general volunteer, not forced volunteer? Now, this gives a hint to myself. This gives a hint to the person as what the third direction is. What are the various things that really connect to me? And when you do this, then you have to actually research in various geographies and see which part of the world can you get the value, where you'll be valued. So the fourth area, which is what you can paid for, is also where you can show value and where you will be valued yourself, where you're priceless. And that's the first path of tracing your ikigai. It's a process. It takes time because the entire journey is not so easy.
Yeah.
The second question, having found it, how can you really go for it? So that's the connecting between my ikigai and my reality. How
Yeah.
can I really go for it? That's a huge thing. That's a huge challenge, because finding ikigai is one, and then following it is another.
Yeah. That's
And
a task.
that's a big
To
task.
amalgamate it to reality itself, that's a big task, and that's where you come in. That's finding it and facilitating, because Deepak, to be very honest, like, we have had clients, we have testimonies, have clients, and people have been speaking about like how Deepak helps in bringing these how finding their ikigai, and especially he deals in bringing those ikigai out in the real world and amalgamating the real world and your ikigai, and to get paid for it at the end of the day, to get paid for it, and it enhances you as a person. Your personality enhances. The negative thoughts start to go away, leading a very positive happy life, leading a healthy life. A lot of changes, and this is in reality. This is not something that is just like in the books. I have seen it through our clients, and even Deepak would have been seeing it since, like, I don't know, so many years, that people have changed and everything. And yes, of course, this really helps. So yeah, Deepak.
There are
You-
5 steps to it, which I do, which is beyond ikigai. Ikigai to reality. It's called the PACES model.
Yeah.
It works on passions, assets, character, which is our own character, and
Yeah.
experience and skill sets. So that's the process I use to bridge that gap between
Yeah.
ikigai and reality, and try to get people to reach their ikigai and follow it faster.
Okay, Deepak. So I have a